Previously on Stay in Your Lane.
We haven't been able to sell a substantial savings to our shippers like we did in those old
Right.
days. There's a lot of trucks on the highway today, and they're able to take their rates from here to there like this. And so we have to defend ourselves against that, and we have to be reactionary to that.
How much do you hear from your customers about the environmental play? We got to take greenhouse gas out. We have gas out. We have these 2030 goals of reducing it. I think intermodal is a key player in that, isn't it?
Yeah, and so that's what's cool. That's what's coming around now. I mentioned before that things are cyclical. So when we first started, we were selling a savings, and then the market got used to us selling a savings, and they wanted us to work on service. Can you make it smell like a truck, look like a truck, feel like a truck? So the rail industry spent a lot of money to try to do that. Of course, you're never going to be a truck.
Right.
But, there are a lot of cool things. Your old friend and my old boss, Ron Lefcourt, used to say, well, a train can't stop in Las Vegas to make a bet, or visit a girlfriend or something.
Absolutely.
It has to go.
Keeps on going.
And so now it's come to where sustainability is fashionable again. And you listen to all these conferences that we've had, some of it a little bit yesterday and one that we just came out of today. Everybody's talking about sustainability. How do we protect our environment? Well, number one way to do it is intermodal. You take so many trucks off the highways when you go intermodal. I forget the figures on how far you can go, 300 miles on a gallon of gas or some crazy thing like that. But you talk about sustainability, that's where you get it. That's a great big place to start. So that's sort of getting sexy again. And what we're hearing, this is bid season. First quarter of the year is bid season. And so what we're hearing from shippers this time that we haven't heard in a long time is, well, we know that we're going to pay a little bit more to use you in these certain corridors because, again, truck rates are so low, but we have to do it. We have a mandate. We have a mandate from corporate. We have a mandate from our board of directors. We need to get sustainable. So we're becoming sexy again all of a sudden because of that. It's pretty cool.
Joe's always been sexy
to me.
Joe's always been sexy.
Always sexy, Steve. Always.
But it's kind of neat, and so we're getting ready for a bit of a resurgence. We're starting to win some bids, not giant pieces, but little pieces of bids that were taken away and gone on truck before. And we're never going to be a short haul provider.
No.
We have certain lanes that we can work in, and you can't use a hammer to beat yourself in a space that you don't belong.
Is it still like 700 miles? What's the minimum where you guys bring some value?
Yeah, so I guess, it depends which railroad you talk to. Of course, the Transcon guys for us would be BN Santa Fe and the UP, and then our guys in the East with NS and CSX. They've done a lot of changes in terms of closing ramps when, the precision scheduled railroad came in.
Right.
So I'm not sure what they use anymore, but typically our salespeople will say, look, if you have anything out of about 750 miles, intermodal could be a solution for you, could be a viable solution for you. But of course the big corridors are always Chicago, LA, PNW.
Yeah, I think in the big corridors, it's definitely a value that you justify, and then there's areas where it doesn't fit, but that doesn't mean that everything stays the same in our industry. Things don't always stay the same. That's the importance of having these type of events, because everything's always moving in our industry. So we have to adapt, react, and move from there. You guys have been around for a long time.
Yeah,
You've been a good provider for a long time.
We were founded in the 70s by two gentlemen who are no longer with us, both Ron Lefcourt, Ron Schwed. And our company continues on. We were passed on to second generation family, and 2 years ago we had a transaction where we were sold to a holding company, U.S. Multimodal Group. And we just love it. We fit in nicely. We're the largest part of their portfolio. We're the only company like us in their portfolio. The other companies are all marine drayage companies. So we're getting ready. We dated, and now we're into the marriage, and we're getting ready to cross-sell. So the menu of services that we have now is so much broader, and same for them. So we got a lot of good things on the horizon. We're really excited about it. Everybody knows us as the reefer carrier. We're one thing that's new for us. That in the day when we first started serving Nestle, we were 100% trailers. We were trailer on flat car. We thought it was a more nimble box.
Yep.
Being in the produce business, sometimes it worked out because of weight, that it was more advantageous. But the changes that they've made in design today, containers are built, they're lighter. You can hold almost the same amount of weight. So we're containerizing now. About 40% of my fleet is containers right now. So we still have the trailers, but as we replace, we're replacing with containers. And it's more economical.
Yeah.
We still run on the fast service, the Z-Train service. It's expedited intermodal. You'll see our boxes on with UPS and the motor carriers. So we're still offering that expedited service, but we have the economics of stack train now, stack container, which is really, really cool for us. So as we add on, as we invest, as we replace, you'll see more containers. Railroads prefer it. You know, you can park one trailer in a parking spot, but you can park 3 or 4 on stack. And right now there's a lot of equipment stacked in rail yards everywhere. So
Absolutely.
So that's a cool thing for us. And another thing that, talking about sustainability, some of our units have solar devices.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. So we're powering that unit from the sun. It's pretty neat.
Most of the units have GPS now, right?
We're all GPS. It's satellite track. It's cellular technology or satellite technology. But if we have a really good experience with these solar units, we'll be doing more of that. And so that adds to the sustainability.
Now, can you stack those and still retain that?
Yeah, the units are, the solar panel is mounted on the front, not on the roof. It's hard to put anything on the roof with the railroad because that's where all the damages occur.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we're having
That's what
good luck with it so
I was
far.
wondering, when you put them all in a yard and they're all blocked in next to each other and stacked up, how do you get enough sunlight?
Yeah, and if somebody stacks on top of it, you know, and you can bang it up. So no, they're in the front, so
I'd love to see
we're
that.
secure there. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Well, Joe, you got any questions?
No. Refrigerated intermodal is definitely another tool in the toolkit for shippers. I mean, produce shippers have used it for years. and
Absolutely.
If you could put ice cream on intermodal, you can put almost anything on intermodal. A lot of ice cream doesn't move intermodally, but some people have made some inroads there. So it's still a quality product, and it's a sustainable product.
Yeah, and there are others. Condensation. Sometimes you need to move stuff just to help from condensation. That works. The reefer doesn't have to be at 0. You can turn it at anything you want.
Right.
And we haul certain products that elevation changes the requirement of the temperature, and we're able to program that. When you go through the mountains and the Rockies, and we're able to program that so the temperature comes up. We don't have to provide the fuel for it. It's naturally cooled.
Right.
Or we have some products, certain types of candy bars. They want them shipped frozen, but they want them received cool.
Oh, yeah.
So the last 24 or 30 hours of a ride will change the temperature, so
Bring it down.
receive it come down. So that's a real neat deal for us as well.
It's a nice feature to be able to do it
it's pretty neat.
from the office.
Really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a good business for us. We're happy to be in it, and we're looking forward to getting things rocking and rolling again, which I don't think is too far away. But the rails have been tremendous partners for us. From our inception. The rails, when we first started in this business, they were very supportive. They helped us in a lot of ways. Our biggest trick is balance, like anybody with intermodal. It doesn't have to be reefer.
I think that's the industry.
Balance.
Even over the road, it's
Right.
balance.
Right. So, yeah, we're excited. We've had enough of this stuff. Let's get back to work. I want to get complaints again. I want to get capacity complaints again.
Would be nice.
That would be great. So.
Well, we appreciate you being on Stay in Your Lane. Appreciate you coming to the conference. Hopefully it's been a good one for you. It seems to be great for everyone that we've spoken to. It was wonderful.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Until then,
Thanks, Steve.
Joe, always a pleasure.
Always.
stay in your lane.
Thank you.